Hi, everyone. We are Team 24. I'm Ssanyu.
I am Isaac.
And I'm Sarah.
And our project explores accessibility in gaming using the 2024 Gamer Study dataset. Our first major challenge during data cleaning was inconsistent Boolean formatting. Some of the variables were coded as 1 and 0 instead of true and false. So to fix those inconsistencies and to make sure that the data didn't get messed up in Tableau, we standardized all Boolean values into a single format as yes and no.
Our next challenge was selecting the appropriate variables and understanding how they logically related to one another. We relied on the data dictionary a lot for both definitions and also the variable label to reference. You will see this in our next slide where we used whiteboards. Uh, one of the things we struggled with was communicating our ideas verbally. So, hence, that's why we use the whiteboards. It allowed us to brainstorm and map out the relationships between variables. We did a lot of color coding, and we used, I think, 5 whiteboards and rewrote a lot of stuff. So, anyways, it just helped us map out everything. And especially when we used logical true and false statements to just make sure that we had the right idea or the right plan before we went to Tableau.
So in Tableau, we focused primarily on player participation. So in this graph, we took the total number of players, and what a player is at least 1 hour of video games per week is a player. So using that, we found that 76% of respondents qualified as a player. And through that, we found that only 20% of those 1,124 players are people with disabilities. So this is our scope of who is playing as a person with disability.
So across all platforms, console, mobile, PC, and VR, we noticed that the data shows us that they're very similar across people with disabilities and non-disabilities. This reveals to us that the accessibility in different platforms are very important. There's people from both demographics using them equally, almost equally, in a lot of the different fields.
Overall, this reinforces the need for stronger inclusive design by the similar percentages.
One of the other variables that we looked at was if disabled players value at least one accessibility accommodation. We found that nearly half do. And then we also found that about 51% feel they believe that games are very accessible. This indicates that accessibility efforts may not fully meet player expectations and that there is a need actually for a stronger inclusive design in mainstream gaming.
So for our central insight, we used all the generations and we saw how many people who have disabilities in each generation. And we found that disability spans all generations of gamers. So it's not specifically boomer, Gen Z, or millennial. So this shows that progress has been made, but accessibility gaps still remain. So overall, this inclusive design is essential for equal participation in gaming. So why this matters? So participation in platforms are similar across all groups, which is great.
Um, Accessibility cannot be treated as a niche feature based off of we saw how it spanned across generations and also all platforms.
And our last takeaway is inclusive design is essential for equal gaming experiences across all generations and all platforms.
Thank you so much, Plotathon, for having us. We are Team 24. Till next time.
Thank you.